Yeah, thank you for cello. And the next, I will talk about the validity. Validity is a standard or measurement basis that show appropriateness, usefulness, and validity leading to the accuracy of the interpretation of an evaluation procedure in accordance with its measurement objective. There are two ways of make a validity. The first is a logical way and the second is empirical way. The logical way to validate the instrument means that the instrument is analyzed in a rational way, and the instrument in an empirical way means that the instrument is analyzed for its suitability with experience. So the teacher to make an instrument must based on their experience. You use their sense to see the experience so that teacher can make validity based on their experience. Ah, logical validity, there are two types. The first is content validity and the second is construct validity. The instrument can be said that it meets the content validity if the material to be measured through the instrument is in accordance with the material contained in the applicable curriculum. So the teacher must make the instrument based on the curriculum. If it's curriculum 2013, so the teacher must applicable and based on the content in the curriculum 2013. And the instrument can be categorized as fulfilling the construct validity if the items of the instrument match the indicators that have been met. The indicator is a measure of the achievement of the basic competencies contained in the curriculum. So, after teacher in a basic competencies in the curriculum, teacher make the indicators. So the indicators is for their make the construct from the indicator that have been met. Is based on the basis competencies. And the next is empirical validity. There are two types too in this validity. The first is concurrent validity for the past experience and the predictive validity for the future experience. The instruments are correlated with other similar instruments that have been done. So from the concurrent validity is example like tests, summative tests. So the teacher make the instrument that the activities that have been done in the past, like based on the test before, summative test before, and etc. And for the predictive validity, the instrument can be success is based on the context. I use like example like instrument used to for selection of prospective student to enter higher education institution. The selection test is said to have a high level of predictive validity. So the institution have the high value so that the prospective student can accept to their institution. If the value of the student is lower, so the validity can not valid. There are four of principle of validity. The first, the use that can be made of the assessment results is only valid against the condition that lead to evidence that encourage its suitability and correctness. The second, the interpretation given to the assessment are only valid to the degree to which they are subject to evidence supporting their suitability and correctness. The third, the assessment results are valid when the values are correct. The fourth, the assessment results are only valid when the consequence of the interpretation and usefulness are consistent with the suitability value. And the next, I want to explain about how to calculate the validity. In testing the validity of each item, the score on the item in question is correlated with the total score. The score of each item is expressed as a score of X, and the total score is expressed as a score of Y. To determine the correlation coefficient between the test result to be tested for validity and the standardized the results on by the same person, the product moment correlation formula can be used. So, to calculate the value of validity, we use the product moment correlation formula. Nah, this is the formula. R xy equals n is total sigma of y times x times y minus the sum of x times the sum of y divided by the square root of n, the sum of x squared minus the sum of x and v squared times m times n times the sum of y squared minus the sum y and then v squared. We already get this formula in a statistical class. And the result, nah, if the result Rxy between 8 to 1, the validity is very good validity or high class, very high. And the next, 0,6 under 0,79 is a good validity or high. And 0,4 under 0,59 sufficient validity, moderate. And 0,2 under 0,49 poor validity or low. And the next is 0 until 0,19 is pure validity, very low. And is 0,0 is invalid. Nah, it's enough for me talking about the validity. The next, we won't talk about the reliability. We will explain by our friend, this Mirat. Thank you for your watching.